Hey guys, what is up? This is your leader DeBoy coming at you with another video. Last time we talked about the consistent 2-star attacks, the GoWiWis, and it seems to have paid off this last war. You know, we've come out swinging against this Chinese clan. We've got a lot of 2-star attacks. Chip getting it in, Jordan getting it in, Josh getting a little bit unlucky, Rob attacking Town Hall 8 or Town Hall 9. So attacking up a little bit. Really, the only 2-star attack that kind of wavered a little bit here was Tho, who was doing his own thing. Not really going for the consistent 2-star, but we've really starting to tighten up a little bit and trying to work on getting those 2-stars down. And you can see it's been paying off. We're up by a good amount here. We can clean up 6 tomorrow, and as soon as we take 1 attack for that, we have 9 attacks left to start cleaning up 3 stars in the bottom. Certainly we're going to want to get this Town Hall 8, so we're looking at 3 stars with 2 attacks now, puts us at 34, and we've got 8 attacks really to get 35, 36, maybe even 37 here, and post a really good score against this clan. I think, you know, Josh has been holding pretty well. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape here. So we talked about the GoWiWi last time, very consistent 2-star. Now what I want to talk about is taking that next step. You know, there's the 2-star. Once you get the steps down, very simple attack to kind of lay out and do. You know, you've got your golem drops. You're dropping wizards DPS support behind. Then you're dropping wall breakers. It's not that difficult to do, and is fairly consistent. So what we want to talk about now are 3-star attacks, and how are we going to really win these wars? And these wars are going to come down to, at least at our level, you know, how many more of these Town Hall 9s can we 3-star over our opponents? So we got a couple here that we can take a look at, but I want to jump in to actually my attack because I think it'll provide some insight into what I'm thinking, and then how my plans go wrong, because obviously I am not perfect, and I am still learning the game and trying to perfect the game as much as anybody else. So this was the base I looked at first, and I jumped in a little bit early because I thought, you know, hey, why not get off to the right foot? We don't have to waste any more attacks on this if I can get a 3-star. So I jumped in here. And the first thing I noticed, you know, we've got Town Hall or air defense level 6s, which is good for me. Expos on the ground, which is good for air attacks. And we got this queen that's pretty exposed over here. So the game plan is, so we're going to drop golem here. And we want the golem to come here. We'll drop our wizards to take out this first layer here, and then go towards that center, just like any other GoWi. This is just a mini GoWi. And then once we get in here, we're going to take out these defenses, the Archer Queen, and this anti-air, along with the CC troops that'll be pulled here as well. So that's the game plan, is to use the GoWiWi, the heroes, the wizards, everything, to take out this layer of defense, and hopefully get the queen, the CC, and the anti-air. Once that's down, I'm looking for what is the best way into this base, right? And how I decide that, of course, is pathing. And pathing is the most important thing that you're going to be doing, whether it is GoWiWi, LavaLoon, Shattered LaLoon, whatever they call it, and Hogs, is pathing. You know, where are your troops going to go? You gotta kind of figure that out. So I notice here that I want to get these 3. These 3 are the big, the anti-airs are the huge difference maker here if I'm going to be throwing up balloons. So how am I going to get there? Well, I notice I can drop X here and come in here. I can drop X here, come in here, and drop X here, come in here. So what does that do? Once these these loons, right, get through that first layer, where are they going to go? This one's going to come here, this one's going to come here, and this one's going to come here. And they're all converging, 2nd level or 3rd level, on this anti-air. Same over here, right? X here, X here, X here. We're taking this out, we're taking this out, and we're taking this out. Where's that next level going? Okay, next level's here, next level's possibly here, next level's here, So we're really getting towards those anti-airs. And you'll see me, I'll also drop loons here to take out that, to keep these loons honest and try to get them towards the center, and then we'll drop some here. So that's theoretically the game plan here is first stage of this attack, let's get the queen. Let's get the anti-air over here. Second stage is let's drop our loons. Let's get in towards these anti-airs. And then third, just sweep through the base and win. So that's my plan going in. And I notice he doesn't have a lot of maxed out defenses. The base is a little spread out, which is a little daunting, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. I think the pathing's okay on the loons. I think we'll be able to catch the defenses right where we want them. So that's kind of that is my plan right here. That was my plan. Now I noticed right here we have a 4 spot, right? And we've got a bunch of 4 spots here. So based on that, I'm thinking either there's a Tesla here, or there's 4 Teslas right here. T. So when you see me do this attack to start, I'm going to drop a barbarian. I take out 1 minion. I add a barbarian. I add an archer. The archer is going to come right here to try to section this off, right? So she's going to ping this. And I'm really trying to section this base off from here to here to get my mini GoWiWi to go towards the middle where I want it. And I drop the barbarian just to pop and check to see that if that Tesla's there. So that is what's going through my head. You know, you gotta work on pathing. You gotta work on how, getting the CC clear, getting that queen clear, and really, you know, how is this attack really going to unfold as the attack goes along. So that was the game plan. So let's take a look at what actually happened here in my attack. So you'll see, drop the barbarian, perfect, right? So okay, this gives me some information. For 1 CC, I know there's a Tesla there. I'll drop my archer queen up here, start pinging that. Then we're going to drop the golem. Now the reason I drop my golem here is because I want to come in from here. I want the opening to be right here, because then everything will filter towards this opening, which should get them towards that anti-air right there. The thing I didn't know is that this Tesla is going to pop up. So now that this Tesla pops up, now what's happening is that my golem is tanking the archer queen, the Tesla, 2 cannons, and a wizard tower. That thing's not going to survive very long. I spread my wizards out to get them behind. You'll see me drop the wall breakers over here because that's where I want them. We drop the witch, the two heroes, and by then, look at you can't see there. Let me scoot in here. This is the life of my golem. He's at about 1/5 life. That is not good. He needs to be at 1/5 life when I've taken out all of these defenses. He took way too much damage that I had unplanned. So that was the first thing that went wrong. But let's continue. Where's this Barb King going? Look at all these buildings around here. We've got this hut, this gold collector, all these defenses. Where's the king going? The king's gonna go meet these guys halfway. No. This king, because AI logic says we have to go towards the CC troops, he is trying to get to the CC troops. So he is fighting a wall right here to help get to those CC troops, while everything else is dying. King does not last long against a bunch of wizards, witches, archers fighting at him. And right here, the attack is already falling downhill. So what were my 3 main objectives before we even got the loons out? Archer Queen 1, Anti-Air 2, CC Troops 3. We've only completed one of those objectives. We got the Archer Queen. CC Troops are still alive. This Anti-Air is still alive. And I've got no golem really left. I've got 2 mini golems. I've got 1 wizard left in my GoWiWi. I don't see my witch anywhere. So we're in trouble. Oh, my witch is behind. My witch is right there. And she's gone now. So I pop my Archer Queen to try to start sniping down some of these troops. I've been getting caught on time lately. So I tried to drop my once my queen is kind of locked onto the troops and I've popped her ability, I can't do anything more with her. I want to drop my troops to try to not lose on time. The one thing that I think is most important in these type of attacks again, is getting your damage down, because these loons are so slow, getting your damage down first and then dropping the lava hounds. And I see a lot of people that do the opposite. They drop the lava hounds first and then the loons. What ends up happening is your lava hounds get to the anti-air before your loons even get to the get to the first layer, and your lava hounds are soaking up so much unnecessary damage. I would rather lose one of my balloons or two of my balloons on each side and keep my lava hounds alive a little bit longer than throw down my lava hounds, have them soak up damage and be destroyed before my loons even get to the second layer. You know, they barely get through that first layer. So you'll see I've dropped 3 fingers on each side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is, the right side is perfect. We got these loons going here, these loons going here, these loons going here. Unfortunately, I did not spread it out enough on the left side, and you'll see all of these loons converge right towards that center. That is bad. You do not want your loons to be that clumped that early, especially with their biggest loon tower, or their biggest wizard tower right here. You'll see me drop a couple more loons to try to get in here, but right now it's already in bad shape. I did not get this anti-air up here. I did not clear the CC. We were 1 for 3 on this top left side, and we're really just up shit creek now. You got all these loons converging. They're just gonna go one at a time. I dropped the heal down to keep this lava hound alive as long as possible to tank damage, but it just doesn't matter. There's so much DPS that's still alive from this archer tower, these wizard towers, that, you know, with CC, it just all fell apart on me. Luckily enough, I had this lava hound poking away at this CC, and it was pretty much just a hope shot that I get one loon or one of my minions to the middle to pop that second star. And you can see it kind of go out here. I get a little bit lucky. You'll see these minions go, they clear this out. Then their next move is to clear this out. Then clear this building out. And their next closest building is probably this one, but this Barb King very nicely pulls my loons a little bit over here so that the next closest building is the town hall. Really saves the 2-star right there. Without that, I would have been a 1-star hero and really just throwing shit around and at work, probably getting fired. So those, you know, the reason I want to show this attack is because I'm not perfect, and I'm learning just like you guys are in different things with an attack and how it can go wrong. But B is to show when you do these types of attacks, they're very complex. You have to have a plan. You have to go into it trying to figure out and anticipate what's going on. Now I anticipated the top right Tesla. I did not anticipate this one. That was an extra DPS source that was hitting my golem, and I just didn't have enough here. If I could do this attack again, what I would do is I would figure out a way to pull this CC and kill the CC before dropping my golem. And what I mean by that is what I did last war, which again was not a stellar attack, but my CC clear was such that I gave myself a chance. So if we want to go back to this this last war, what was the later attack? There it is. So what I do this war that's different. Now this is obviously a hog attack. Again, because the base is clumped, because I think I can pinpoint some of their double big bombs. Well, you know, if the big bombs are like here doubled up, I'm in bad shape, but they got no other place for double big bombs. So I think I'm in good shape for hogs on this base. So the first thing that you do with any kind of hog attack or loon attack is pull the CC. Now, I have been liking the combo pull the CC with the Archer Queen and the anti-air all at the same time, but I'm feeling that it's not as effective as something like this. Now, on this attack, I wish I would have thrown 2 more hogs down, really got this anti-air killed, because if I get the anti-air killed, it sections off this portion of the base, and you'll see I want to come in from here, this side. I want to come in from here and here and sweep across the base. Sweep across the base. So that was a plan, at least. It didn't work out that well, but I got the CC pull. Okay. Now this is what I think I should have been doing with my other attacks. So once I get the CC pull, that archer was bad, but this archer's a little better. You pull them all the way over here, and even when they die, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop 2 barbs. We're gonna drop 2 archers and 2 witches. Even drop the Archer Queen. Maybe even a wizard. So what's gonna happen is the barbs and the 1 or 2 the barbs or the archers are going to tie up the CC while your witches spawn skeletons, and then those will tie up the CC. And you can see here, I end up doing pretty well with that. I've got all these things. I got 1 wizard poking away. Now this attack really fell apart when I lost all 3 of my wall breakers here. And as soon as I lost all 3 of my wall breakers, my king, this is still good, right? I've got all my main troops right here. The 2 witches, the 1 wizard, my heroes, they're all good. But I needed them to go into here, and that didn't happen. Because I needed them to get into here to get in and hit the Archer Queen. Because a hog attack, you really need to get that Archer Queen. That didn't happen. And that's really where this attack fell apart. But the reason I show that is, I think what we want to be doing is, if we are going to start pulling, for the GoWiWis, you don't really need to pull the CC. It's kind of a waste of time. Like I explained yesterday in the other video, it's not needed. You're throwing away troops for something that you really don't need. You drop in the health spell anyway, the healing spell, to keep your troops alive. It works just fine. But for these attacks where that CC is a ton of damage, you need to clear it and you need to get rid of the Archer Queen. I think this type of clear, where I went in, pulled it, and then used a couple barbs, couple archers, couple wizards to really start that attack, I think that was very effective. Now this one broke down when I lost all 3 of my wall breakers. Couldn't get into the second layer, couldn't get everything going towards the middle here like I wanted. Essentially I wanted something like this with my troops, because this would have been down, this would have been down, all of these would have been down for my wizards, and the next thing closest is this thing, the wizard tower, and then after that is this mortar. The Archer Queen's going to come out. So if the plan had gone according to plan, it would have worked out well. The wall breakers didn't get down in time, or didn't hit their mark, because I dropped them right on top of the wizard tower. But clearing the CC, getting that CC clear without losing a whole lot of troops, I lost 10 CC pulling them on the two hogs towards that anti-air, and then I dropped 2 barbs, 2 archers, 2 witches, and a wizard, and the only thing I lost were the 2 barbs and 2 archers. So that's a total of 14 CC. Compare that to a lot of the other attacks that we see, where people are throwing 25, 30 troops away just to get rid of the CC, or even more. I think that's kind of something that we need to be looking at. But so that was just to show you guys CC clear, what we should probably be looking for as far as that goes. The one thing that I do want to look at is, actually I'm going to go back to last war. The other side of the air attack is something that Floyd does, and that's less of a worry about the queen and CC, and more of a just throw it down and let it rip. Now this kind of strategy only works on certain bases, and those bases are usually low-level bases. You won't be able to get away with this when the Archer Queen is above level 5. You won't usually be able to get away with this at when these Archer or anti-airs are level 6 or above, or the Town Hall is 30. So I'm surprised Floyd got away with this one here. But I want to watch this attack, and I want to pinpoint a couple things that he does. So the first thing that he does is he drops. He has 5 of them. He has 1 in the CC, and he brought 4. He drops all of those first, and then he drops his loons. And he doesn't pinpoint the loons. He just kind of flattens them out. So where are these loons gonna go? Well, who knows? You know, that's kind of what happens with that. So I'm gonna pause it again. The loons are finally starting to get to their first target. Let's take a look at the DPS or the thing soaking up the damage. You got 1 at half health already. This guy is at about 2/3 life. You've wasted a lot of time, and these max level wizards are about to do a little bit of work on those lava hounds. So let's see what happens here. Luckily, he's got some pretty good rage spells. A lot of those loons go to those second. He's lost 1 of his 5 already. He's got 4 left. He lost another one. He's got 3 left. He's got 2 left. Luckily, some of his troops just fell on top of the CC and the Queen. He's got 1 left. There it is. And he was able to get that pathing right through the base and take out the main anti-airs to deal with that. He's got a couple more loons that he's going to drop, hopefully to get some of these last buildings here. These loons are clumped. It'd be nice if this last Lava Hound pops, gets all those pups out. Looks like it has a chance, and I don't know if it does or doesn't. I don't think it does in this attack. But this is the other side of the air attack. You know, it's a very risky type of maneuver, because if you don't get the right drops on the Queen, you don't get the right drops on the CC, you're putting yourself in the faith, right? So you don't have much control over it. Whereas if you get rid of the CC, you get rid of the Queen, you get rid of hopefully one of the anti-airs, you kind of know how your loons, your troops are going to move through the base and hopefully take it out. So this was Floyd's 3-star attack. Worked out really well for him here, and helped get us to that draw. So if we take a look at the current war, we had man, they are attacking. They're attacking away. China is awake, and they are trying to storm back here. That was a lucky attack. Well, they got some work to do. They have 1-2 Town Hall 8s to finish, a couple low Town Hall 9s to finish. We're in pretty good shape. They still have to hit Josh and myself, so I'm not too worried. But if we look at this war, take a look at 2 more attacks real quick before we wind up. This is Nam's attack. Again, running a mini GoWiWi, getting rid of the Queen and 1 anti-air. Drops the golem down. First wave of wizards, gonna get rid of this trash buildings right outside. Wall breakers to help get into that next section. Boom bam. Get those witches down. Get the heroes down. And now it's a race, right? Now we've got the line all set. The Archer Queen is down. We're gonna take out some of these outer buildings, and we want to get hopefully some of these troops down. King gets melted because that's what he does. Archer Queen still got her ability though, which will pop right about now, and that should hopefully be popping some of the DPS that's around. Luckily, some of the DPS hooks onto the wizard or the golem, so it allows the Archer Queen just to pick them off one by one. Again, dropping the Lava Hounds first, I do not like, because you can see, I'll pause it again. these loons are finally getting to that first layer. You've already lost half life on one of your lava hounds. I would rather lose 2 of my loons versus half health on one of those lava hounds. I think it's just more consistent. But because of the way the layers are, we got 2 of the 3 that were left because of one queen took out the 1. You got everything converging over here. We're dropping some extra loons, gonna rage them up, hopefully get them to the anti-air quicker. He's got 3 lava hounds here. There's the first one that pops. Where's the second one that pops? There it is, and hopefully we can get that third one to pop, and there it goes. So the third one pops right away. We got the most type of things, the most pups flying around. Should make for a pretty speedy and easy cleanup. But again, it's all part of a plan, right? The plan was get in here, get the CC troops, get the queen, get 1 anti-air with a mini GoWiWi attack. It's got to be structured, it's got to be planned. And then after that, we're looking at where are our entry points, how are our loons going to move from that first layer to that second layer, and is that second layer, can we get those anti-airs and keep the loons alive as long as possible. So we're going to look at one more attack before we wrap up shop. That's Graham's attack. So Chris said he did the same kind of theory that I did. Right? We got the golem, the wizards, wall breakers, get the king and the queen, hopefully a witch. There's the witch, get the king, get the queen. We've got the CC there. He uses one of the heal spells. He notices that the golem is taking a lot of damage. He drops that healing spell to try to keep things alive just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, because he didn't clear out a lot of these outer buildings and didn't drop his king and queen in the right spot, they're going to go run around for a little bit. Which means all 4 of these anti-airs are up. Now it's really 3 because this one's a baby anti-air. He drops the loons first. That's fine. He's got these lava hounds that are going to tank some more damage now. I would drop some rage spells right about here and here. There's 1. Going into that second layer and getting that anti-air. Dropping the rest of the lava hounds now. Should be dropping another rage spell. There it goes. We're going to get into that second layer on that side. And hopefully we have enough loons just to get to that fourth and final anti-air. Looks like the Archer Queen somehow made her way into the base. And she's going to go ahead and clear that right at the same time as the loons are going to get there. So a little bit more sloppy than we would have liked, but it did get the job done. And again, it was because Chris planned it out. He looked at what I did. He thought it was a good strategy. He looked to improve on it. And it paid off. It was a little bit worse of a base, but he was able to get the 3-star, and that's really what matters in our attacks. So I hope you guys found this as informative as the standard GoWiWi attacks and the consistent 2-stars. As we move on to some of these harder bases, we're going to need more and more people to start feeling comfortable with some of these 3-star attacks and these ideologies where, we come in with a plan. It's not just drop troops and hope for the best. It's, okay, this base has 2 expos that are pointed to the ground and an exposed anti-air and queen. How can we use that to our advantage? And finding that next mastery level, I guess, or really taking advantage of that knowledge is the next step that our clan can take into really dominating the different clans that we are at right now. So again, I hope you guys found it informative. We had a couple good attacks. We had some bad attacks by me that I kind of showed you what my plan was and why it didn't work and what you could possibly do to make it better. Hopefully in the next couple wars we'll have a couple different attacks that I can piece together for another video and kind of show you, some progress into our different attacks and getting those 3 stars secured and getting the clan wins. So thanks guys for tuning in for another 30 minutes. Again, I hope you found it informative. And as always, if you have any questions, you can always let me know. Catch you guys later. Peace.